What's going on, everyone? It is YesamenTV, and today I will be recapping the MTV Teen Mom Family Reunion, episode 3. Okay, so we're starting here. It starts off with Jade, Ashley, Bar, and her sister, and they're twerking on camera, turning up, and Jade comes on the screen and she's like, I'm super excited that me and Ashley were able to squash our beef because in the previous 2 episodes, they actually had beef and they were fighting. So after that, Amber comes in with like a fried foot and it looks literally disgusting. And she stated that when she was kayaking in the previous episodes, she stated that she actually just got super sunburnt and she actually had sun poisoning from kayaking and being in the sun too long. And even when she did put on sunscreen, she just like got super burnt. So everyone in the house basically played this game called Never Have I Ever, and you put up 10 fingers, and if you have done it, you put down a finger. So Amber literally sucked at this game because she said, I've never had a threesome. And then she's like, oh wait, no, I have. Gary, on the other hand, he was super red and embarrassed the entire time because he literally only had like 3 fingers left while everyone still had like 5 fingers up. So that was a super fun game to see them like play Never Have I Ever. And these people are freaky. They some freaky freaks. They've done threesomes and they were talking about licking booty holes and just all sorts of stuff. After that game, Brittany was actually speaking to Cheyenne, and Cheyenne was like, I didn't know you two had different fathers. And Brittany was like, yes, my father passed away when I was a baby. So Cheyenne was also asking Brittany, so do you call Brianna's dad your dad? And Brittany was like, yes, I called him my dad. And actually, when Brianna got pregnant, he just kind of abandoned us. He dipped, he left, he didn't want nothing to do with us. And Brianna was stating like she was really angry with her mom because her mom had like lied about a couple of things, and she lied and didn't really tell the truth about whose father was who, and why Brittany's dad wasn't around. And she lied and basically said like, this is your dad, Brittany, referring to Brianna's dad, when in reality her dad had passed away. And she said that she was really angry about that because her mom had lied. And Ashley was like asking Brianna like, well, maybe your mom was trying to protect you. And Brianna was like, no, like by lying to us, that just did more harm than good. And she actually broke down crying. And this is actually something she had opened up about in the past. And then it kind of transitioned into Brianna doing like an interview stating like she's hard on Devoin and Lewis because she knows they have the potential to be great fathers. So after that entire ordeal, she calls up Devoin and she's like, hey, I'm in San Diego doing this little Teen Mom reunion. Why don't you come out here? So while on the phone with him, he was like, hey, I kind of have something to tell you. And Brianna was just like, like, is your current girlfriend like pregnant? So he does have a girlfriend named Jasmine. And she was like, I think his current girlfriend is pregnant because what more does he have to kind of tell me? So everybody's like, oh my goodness, like, how do you feel about that, Brianna? What if she's pregnant? So it transitions from that to Leah. She's sitting outside by the water on her phone, and Ashley kind of joins her, and they're looking at her new boyfriend. And Leah was kind of explaining to Ashley how, she loves being around her new boyfriend. He's really good with the kids. He's smart. He's educated. He's intelligent. He's handsome. But she just kind of has a hard time letting that wall down, letting that guard down, because she just has a hard time trusting. In the past, Leah has been cheated on, which then led her to become the cheater. And she said, a lot of the infidelities and a lot of the lying just kind of made her put her guard up. So fast forward to Devoin actually arriving in the house. Everybody welcomes him, gives him a hug, and he goes outside and he talks to Brianna one-on-one. And she's like, okay, what do you have to tell me? And he's like, well, I'm going to propose to Jasmine, my current girlfriend. And she's like, okay, I thought you guys were pregnant. He's like, no, too soon. And then they start speaking about like Nova and like the things they want to accomplish in the house together in like the midst of those 2 weeks so they can be better co-parenting. Fast forward to Miss Amber. She actually asked Gary to bring her food to her room because she was really, really sick and sunburnt, and she was not even able to do this activity because they were actually doing wakeboarding in the water, so she couldn't really participate. So Devoin went first, but he legit sucked. He kept like falling in the water. So then I know Brianna went. She did great. Leah, she got in the water. She did great. Wakeboarding looks super fun. Like the boat actually pulls you, and it just looked like a lot of fun. So After that, it transitioned to everybody kind of like sitting in the living room, and they were all eating and talking. And Amber was just explaining to everybody how she takes full responsibility for a lot of the past mistakes that she's made. She also explained that she had tons of men in and out of her life, and that wasn't right, and how she just was not sober, and that's why that's why she chose to be put in prison, because she knew that was the only way she was going to sober up, and that, she feels bad for Leah. And I think everybody was just kind of talking to one another like, hey, we all were kind of thrown into motherhood. Like, no one's perfect. We were all learning. So they were there for Amber when she was speaking. And then it transitions to Briana and Devoin actually sitting down with the host of the show, and they were actually having like one-on-one time. And Briana was explaining how a lot of the times Devoin would let Nova down. He would say, hey, I'm going to come through, or I'm going to spend time with her. And he just would never come through. And Briana said, why am I the one that has to then sit my child down and explain to her why you can't come? You need to take responsibility for yourself. So Devoin is just like, listen, my life with Nova was based off of a lie. Like, when she was first born, people said I, dipped out on Briana during birth to play basketball. That was false. That was something that the production team had set up for the storyline. And, he was saying like that was a lie. And I don't appreciate that. We need to clear the air. He was also stating like there's times where Nova said she would want to spend time with him, but then Briana would text him and say, well, Nova actually says she doesn't want to spend time with you. So it seemed like it was a lot of like back and forth. And what she was stating in this clip was Nova's experience with Devoin, no matter what Briana says or does, it would never overshadow the experience that Devoin gives Nova as a father. And then Briana actually went on to state, Devoin was homeless at one point, and, I wouldn't let Nova go with him because he didn't have a place to stay. He was couch hopping, and Devoin literally like jumps up. He's like getting angry at this point, like, stop lying. That's not the truth. Like, Briana, you're lying. And that's kind of where the episode ended until next week. So I hope you all enjoyed this recap. I actually really enjoyed watching this more than the regular Teen Mom episodes, because it seems a bit more authentic versus these like newer seasons seems like very scripted. And I know this is kind of scripted too, but this just seems a little bit more genuine. They're kind of touching bases on the real problems here, instead of, the recent seasons where they're all just going on vacation and flashing how much money they have. Like, let's talk about the real world problems here, okay? So again, if you enjoyed this recap, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Go in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on this entire season, this entire episode. And until next time, see ya.